Good afternoon, everyone. Ashley from European Relocation Services here again. Oh, excuse me about that. Right, so what's today's topic? Well, as the title says, I'm going to try to share some new moving tips if I haven't yet mentioned. Right. Conversation I had the other day on Twitter with a fellow, well, not quite a mover, but a removal advisor service company, recently from Help for Movers, in fact. I asked her, and she thinks the biggest mistake people make when moving. And her answer, I 100% agree with, is trying to leave everything to the last moment. Don't do that. So yeah, as Lisa said, I 100% agree, is leaving everything to the last moment is a bad idea. Why? 1, you're going to have to rush things. 2, rushing stresses. 3, and this is a big one, if you leave everything to the last moment, and in this case that would include booking your moval company, you may not guarantee the company you want. So how do we avoid making this mistake? Simple. Spread your workload out. So you have confirmed you're moving on date X. Make a note of that date. You know how long away that is. And go, well, it's 12 weeks away. All right, 12 weeks. Great. So I'll get the quotes from the movers. So make sure you've written an inventory. So I've written my inventory. Job 1. Job 1, write your inventory. Job 2, contact removal companies to get quotes. Job 3, narrowing down the list of quotes to the companies you like. Job 4, well, interrogating is not the right word, but just chatting with the company till you find the one that's a perfect fit. Job 5, book said mover company. Right, now on to job 6 is begin your packing and your planning. But how do I pack so that I don't accidentally pack things I'm going to need? Simply, you've got your inventory, which as I said, step 1, that you've written, and you're like, oh, so I've got to X, Y pack. Great, I've got a list of what I'm taking, I've got a list of what he's packing. Go through that inventory again, photocopy it, and split it up into things like need right until last moment, need until last week, need until, let's say, 2 weeks in advance, don't need until new place. Great. Take the last group, don't need until new place, and pack them away. Box them up, whatever appropriate for their actual packing is. Great, that's the first section done. And then working for your list, that sequence, like, so you got the things, all right, next batch I can pack away is X, do, when you said you can do it. So you say, oh, well, gone through. Yes, there are things you're going to need for the last few days. Clothing, food, of course. Right, so how do I get around that? Well, pack yourself a little bag with the clothes you're anticipating to wear for the last few days when you're packing your clothes away, this is. So, right, I'm packing my clothes away the last 3, 4, 5 days before I move. Pack yourself a bag for the next few days' clothes. Put that bag aside so you know that's the clothes you're going to be wearing. 2 bags in this case. I do the clothes you're going to wear when you get there for the first few days till you're fully unpacked, and the clothes you're going to wear while you're the last few days here. Do that. Personally, that's a great way to do it. Make and do a go bag as well, so that you've got the things you're going to need on the last day available to you. So your kettle, your water, your teacups, etc. Some people would say the go bag of light bulb, agreed. And the like, so you got them done. So you now got everything packed. And the only last things left to do with your packing are the things that can't be done to the last moment. Great. You do not want to, I repeat this, you do not want to be going to bed at midnight on the day before the moves are due because you've only just finished packing, or even worst case scenario, going to bed, say 1, 2 in the morning, and the moves are due at 8, 9, getting up at 7, still having packing to do, except for the odd thing like your kettle. And like, of course, things like that are going to need packing last minute anyway, so they're not that. But you do not want to be doing that. Make sure you know what time the moves are due. Make sure you've got an alarm clock set and you like yourself several hours before the due to get your last minute task that you'd have no choice but to do all the day done. Don't make the mistake, though, of leaving everything to the last moment. You do not want to be rushing on the last few days, especially the last day, going, oh, no, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and the move is due in 4 or 5 hours. Well, that's just 5, 6 hours even might be better. That's probably 9. So then you're going to be stressing. So space out your packing, get it done in advance. Make sure, as I say, take your inventory and go, right, group 1 can be packed at X, group 2 at Y, group 3 at Z, group 4, last few days. Make sure yourself that plan. Great, we've got the plan. And I will say, if you've got children, there's no reason they can't be involved in helping you. Don't exclude them where possible. Yes, of course, if you've got a 2-year-old, they're not going to be practical packing, but remember, to them, moving's just as big a deal as it is to you. So don't exclude your kids where possible. Let them get, depending on their age, let them get involved in small age-appropriate tasks. A tip that was suggested to me from another company, Pairdie Worldwide, regarding kids and helping them not stress, was let them, especially again younger ones, decorate their box or their boxes. So they'll be like taking, I suppose, ownership of the process is a good way to word that. And then when the box goes on the van or wagon, they can see it. And when it comes off at the other end, they'll be like, oh, there's my box, it's here, yay! But yeah, okay, as I say, so talking of plans and having lists, make sure everyone knows what they're meant to be doing. You don't want crossovers. You don't want person being going, oh, I thought you were doing task Z. And you go, no, you were doing task Z. And then on the day realizing, as you're moving, no one's done task Z. So make a plan, wrong with you, which is sort of like, peep, this is to be done by X, this is to be done by Y, date-wise. And also, person A does this, person B does this, person C does this. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. So there's no crossover, there's no, oh, who was doing this again? Has it been done? Oh, I don't know, has it been done? No, gotta go check. So making a clear, precise plan will de-stress the situation a lot. You don't want, as I say, to be rushing around. So allow yourself plenty of time to get your move packed. Allow yourself plenty of time to find the relevant move you do. Again, you don't want to be rushing with it, especially in summer. It's, as most movers will confirm, it's our peak season, some of the most busy times of the year for us. So you don't want to be going to the move book, go 4 or 5 days in advance and go, oh, can you move me on X? And the mover like, no, we've been booked up for 4 weeks for that day now. But if you'd asked us at the original time of contact, we could have. As I say, that's why I listed as one of your first tasks to make sure you get your mover booked. Write your inventory. Obviously, your first task, someone will go, oh, I think my first task, find a new place. Well, yes, but that's not what it's discussing. So write your inventory, find your mover, pack. Yeah. So as I say, making a plan, making a list, make sure everyone knows what they're meant to do in. If you want these people that gets motivated by lists in a good way, you can have a, let's say, a magnetic whiteboard on the fridge that says, right, X, Y, Z to be done. So everyone can see who's doing what. And then you can go, oh, that's been done, tick. That's been done, tick. And then you look at it and go, oh, we've already done 50% of what we reckon he's doing. And we've got X, Y, Z days split. Don't then go get complacent though. Look at that and say, well, we've got 50% of what we need to do done in less time. Great, we can be ahead of schedule. Don't be like, oh, great, we can just lay ours back. Because what most people find when they're packing, even if they've got their inventory, and inventory is pretty accurate, they will find there'll be things that they forgot they had. There'll be tasks they forgot to do. For example, make a list of things, as I said, but don't forget tasks such as, even when you're moving abroad, counselling or updating, council update, depending which is appropriate, your TV license. Moving abroad, council's probably the best one. Have you told the bank you're moving? Have you told your phone company? Have you told this? So make sure you go your wallet and know who needs to be notifying. So there's always going to be something to do that you may forget. So try and write as organised and planned a list as possible. So you go through and go. Run that list by someone else. That way you can go, well, these are the tasks I thought of, and the person can listen and go, oh, what about that task? And you'll be like, oh yeah, that task forgotten. Then you can add that task to the list. As I say. So yeah, don't be scared. So that where possible, your children get involved, as I said before. Don't exclude them. Let them feel as involved as possible and as safely as possible and as practical as possible. I mean, we've done many, many, many movies over the years where the younger children, 6, 7, 8, 9, give or take, will happily, because they want to feel involved, they want to feel they've done something, happily carry small boxes with parents' knowledge and consent. Of course, we'll give them white boxes, but that way the child felt that they were a part of it, they weren't excluded. Remember, it's a big deal to them as well as it is to you. Okay? I will, when this is over, add in the comment, not in the comment section, in the description, a few links. One will be the tips for de-stressing for moves for children. And that. Right, if you've got any questions though, please feel free to add them to the comment box, wherever side it's on your screen. I would say it's on mine, so this side, it might be on that side, I don't know. Right, what was I saying about tasks like this, and make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You don't accidentally cross over and be like, oh, I thought you did this and you haven't done this. Make sure you know when you're moving. Just might sound a strange statement. When you're moving is obviously the first thing. Right, we'll move on X, and then your plan goes from there. make sure you know what time your mover's coming. Also, as strange as it might sound, if you move into an occupied house that was previously by someone else and then move out, make sure you know what date they're moving out. You don't want to accidentally, where possible, have it so that your movers and their movers are there at the same time. So if that's avoidable, great, that's brilliant. Not always, I know. But yeah, okay. Something I would recommend that you know is how long does your mover anticipate it taking once they've loaded, once they've literally shut up the back of the vehicle, whether it's a van or lorry, and set off, how long do they anticipate before they'll be at your new place? Now, for us, depending where you are on our Spanish routes, that could be between 3 to 4 days. We generally can give you more accurate time, but we can't be more accurate than 3 to 4 days, generally. Depends where you are. But make sure you know that. Make sure, one of the things you should know is that you've got a contact number for the Rural company who you can contact for updates where needed, especially on longer distance moves like European like we're doing. So if you feel you need an update, where is the vehicle, please? How long before it'll be with me? It'll be, right, it's at X, it'll be with you at Y, great, or give me 10 minutes to check with the drivers, whatever. In our case, we'll often actually be able to give you the contact deal for the team on the van because, well, it's normally mum and dad who technically the gaffers. Right, where was like, my apologies on the burp. Great, yeah. Right. So as I say, and as Lisa from Help for Movers says, 100% agrees, biggest mistake you can make is trying to leave everything to the last minute when it comes to moving. Another mistake you can make is jumping into the first quote you like. What I mean there is, company A quotes, let's say you're looking to pay $2,000 for your move. Company A's quoted $2,000, brilliant, book them. I know I said book your move as soon as you found one you like, but I would still suggest getting several quotes, doing research on the company, reading their feedback, reading their terms and conditions and stuff. You don't want to accidentally jump into bed with one who's got a good price, but that's it. As I also will in the links in this after I've finished include our link to our feedback. But if you go to our website, which is www.europeanrelocationservices, that's all one word, .co.uk, beside the home at the top is our customer recommendations, which is our feedback page. But yeah, make sure you book a mover nicely in advance. That's one of the most important tips I could suggest at this point. When it comes to packing, as I said, there are some packing tips. I haven't really got onto them. I've all been discussing the planning stages to make sure you don't leave things to the last moment. When it comes to packing, one of the most important things to remember is protect the items. Do not underpack a box. What do I mean by underpack a box? Well, don't pack the box so items can move around inside the box. Even protect items within a box. If they can move, could potentially damage each other. Also, so pack the box so that it's at the right packing point. Full. Don't overpack it, don't underpack it. Once you've packed it and you've sealed it, ideally in a push shape with the tape going halfway down to the side and for the bottom, top overlapping each other. Pick it up, make sure it gauge its weight, make sure its bottom doesn't sag. If it's bottom sagging, it's too heavy for the box it's in. Yeah. Where possible, talking of boxes, avoid packing in plastic bags. Plastic bags can be useful for things like your cushions, your pillows, but try and avoid packing anything else within them. Some people do pack using plastic bags and they are awkward. Especially if you're going to put the plastic bag into long-term storage, it will gradually over time disintegrate. Okay. Yeah. Also, talking of stacking, as I say, so as long as if the box is underpacked, it's going to be at the top of the stack. And if they're all underpacked, you can have more boxes than you actually need. They're also going to be very difficult to stack. So if you're having to make sure the box is packed so that it's solid. So the items inside can't move around and damage each other and that they can stack. Make sure you label the boxes with what the contents are. So for example, bedroom 2, box 7, shoes. Great. If the box is fragile, write the word fragile on it. Even if this is, you've got fragile tape. If you have got fragile tape, please don't use it to pack everything, just the fragile items. But still, even with fragile tape, please write the word fragile on. That way there's no confusion, no doubt. It is possible that we have come across that over the years, people using the fragile tape just as tape and so you may overlook it. So if you've got word fragile on, definitely intentional. Where should you mark a box? Well, I'd mark the top, but also mark each side so that it's visible from all angles for quicker reference for everybody. Okay? Right. Yeah. So I mentioned a push shape. What do I mean? Well, what I mean, I'll demonstrate this one. Imagine that's the bottom of the box. Oh, I don't know. Imagine that's the bottom of the box, right? So that's the blue line I've just drawn. I can't know if you see it. Nope, you can't. Never mind. The bottom of your box is tape it going across along its seam. Bring that tape halfway up on both sides, and then come across from the middle, do the exact same. This will strengthen the box a lot. Okay? And then repeat from the top. This has got to be a seeking granite to suck eggs common, but don't use sellotape. It's not strong enough. Use proper packing tape. Okay? Right. Little word to it. Talking of packing tape and sellotape. Have you got unused coat hangers? Fair enough, we all do. If you're not using them for your clothing, ideally keep your clothes on your coat hangers, by the way. It will save time at the unpacking because they'll just be straight on the coat hangers, straight into your wardrobe. If you have got unused coat hangers, do not leave them loose. Do not put them loose in a black bag. What I'd like you to do, and I think most movers would agree with me on this, is tape them together so that they're in a bundle together. Then you can pack them if you wish, or box them even in some cases, rather than put them loose. They're a pain in the... Finish that sentence as you feel fit, but I think you get where I was going with that. When loose, okay? Right. As I say, so in that sense, you can probably gather, yes, coat hangers can be removable bearers' bane. Books. Remember when you're packing books, you're all over good read. Well, most people do. Books do get heavy quick, so please do not pack big boxes full of books. Small boxes only for books, please. Okay? Right. Excuse me one moment. So, any questions yet, anyone? Nope. Excuse me one moment. I'm just having a chat. Just with the keyboard's layout, the computer's layout, all that's what I'm laughing about. Right. Tips. Yeah. Okay, where were we? Nope, that's the wrong page. Yeah. Hold on, I'm just going to try something. Just bear with me a minute. I don't know if you can see. Well, it's me, I can't see. Okay, I'll have to do it a different way. Okay, I was going to try and press it. Okay. Right, as I said, coat hangers, clothes, etc. Right. If your box needs to be a certain way up, again, this is pretty obvious. Again, on all sides, put an arrow pointing this way up. Make sure when there's, ideally, when you've got something in your box, let's say it's fragile, right fragile, as I say, right fragile, which we already said, I know I've already covered that, but right fragile and then right why it's fragile, so fragile ornaments, fragile glass, fragile this, fragile whatever. Again, we've already said it down when we know why it's fragile, and we can then appropriately stack it within the vehicle. Yes, we'll stack all handle fragile items we care, but if we know why the item's fragile there, we can then pack it more appropriately, so we can put it right. That's going to be packed within an area with only soft things with it. So let's see. All right, or we need to top of that box, place extra padding, whatever we know. As I say, never underpack a box, never overpack a box. Make sure the box is the proper shape. Don't let its sides bulge or its top or its bottom bulge. Okay. Okay, thank you for watching. I think I'll end that there for now, but thanks for watching. Bye, everyone, and hopefully catch you again soon.